In this short video, I will be showing you how you can set up a workflow from scratch. And in this use case, we will be using an example of somebody books a call on your website. What happens in the backend? You want to send confirmation emails, WhatsApps, SMS, and so on and so forth. How are you going to do that? That's what you're going to learn today. Also, if you haven't subscribed just yet, click that subscribe button, leave us a like, and I will see you at the end of this video. Now that I've shown you how to select and modify a workflow from a recipe, let's build one from scratch. At the top right here, you can rename the workflow. Let's say we are building a workflow for an automation that gets triggered once somebody books a call. Let's call it appointments. Here at the top, you can see the builder is selected, which is this empty canvas. Next up, we have settings, enrollment history, and execution logs. Now let's go back to the builder. So a workflow, as mentioned previously, consists of two components. Component number one is the trigger, and component number two is the action, which goes down here. Okay, so let's start with the trigger. If you want to add a trigger, you just simply click into the flow field. And here on the right, you can see all the triggers available. So you can literally automate anything and everything. If a contact has been created, if a contact received a particular tag, if a note has been added, a task has been added, a note has been changed, task has been completed, the contact engagement score, you can filter by events. In this case, we're going to build an appointment workflow. So we would select form submitted, but you can also put call status, trigger link clicked, and so on and so forth. Even down here to appointments, once people actually booked an appointment and the appointment status has changed, you could use this as a trigger. Under opportunities, there are several triggers to choose from. Opportunities basically is the pipeline. So if an opportunity status has changed or a pipeline has been created, pipeline has changed, the pipeline stage has changed, and so on and so forth. You can automate your entire affiliate marketing process, your courses, enrollment into courses, revoking access. You can automate the entire payment system. Hey, invoice received or payment received or order form submission, estimate sent, subscription created, refund issued. We also have an integration with Shopify. So if you run your store on Shopify and somebody abandoned checkout, you can then follow up with them. You can integrate an IVR, which is basically the phone call automatic bots which say, hey, press 1 for English, press 2 for German, for example, right? And so on and so forth. So Facebook, Instagram integrations, communities, certificates, and even uninstalled apps. Now, the difference here is you see this little crown next to these triggers. This means these are premium triggers and there is an extra charge for those. All the other ones up here do not have that little crown and they're free of charge. They're already included in the system. But here, these little ones with the crown right next to them, these are premium triggers and there is an additional charge for those. So now let's build the workflow. Somebody books an appointment, okay? So we can type appointment in the search bar so it filters through all of the triggers. It makes it easier for us to find what we're after. So let's select customer booked appointment. And from here, you can filter further down. You can select a filter in calendar and we're going to select a specific calendar. Let's take the 15-minute connection call. Then up here, we can rename the trigger name just so it's easier for us to find an error if we're after it. And then hit save trigger. Nice. Here we have set our first trigger. Now, if you have several people in your team and several people have several different calendars dedicated to them, you could add them as a second trigger or third trigger as well. But for this example, we just stick to one, okay? Now, the first step is done. We've set our trigger. Now we want to set the action step, okay? Typically, when somebody comes in, we want to label them, for example, with a tag booked call. Click the plus sign and similar to the triggers, there are so many different actions right here you can choose from. Here are some of the main categories: contact, communication, send data, internal, workflow AI, Elisa, appointments, opportunity, payments, marketing, affiliate, IVR as well, membership, communities, and certificates. And similar to the triggers, in actions, you have premium actions as well, which you can identify by that little crown on the side right here. Now let's click add contact tag. And here from the drop-down menu, we can select a particular tag. Here we can select the qualifier call booked. You can also select multiple tags if you wanted to. Here we should rename the action step as well, again, to always be on top of our game and know exactly what kind of action is happening right here. So let's hit save action and boom, here you go. You see the first action, add that tag the qualifier called booked. Next up, we could add this particular lead to an opportunity pipeline. Let's click the plus icon. Let's type opportunity, and here you see the action popping up, create or update opportunity. You could also remove the client from the opportunity, add an owner to the opportunity, add followers to opportunities, and many more things. Now let's select update opportunity. Now you have the option to allow the opportunity to move to any previous stage in the pipeline, which typically doesn't make sense for this particular use case, but if you have a use case where that makes sense, you just would toggle this on. Next up, you'll have to add a field. So select the field, select pipeline, click the drop-down menu, and you can select from your existing pipelines. Let's select the sales call pipeline. You can narrow further down by adding more fields to it. For example, the pipeline stage, the qualifier booked. That's perfect because that's actually what we're building here. So let's rename the action name to the qualifier booked. You could keep adding different fields right here and filter it further down. You could add the opportunity name, the opportunity value, the status, the opportunity source, and custom fields. But for now, we're just going to keep it simple and add them to a simple stage, which is the qualifier booked. Let's save action. And now let's send a confirmation email. Click the plus sign, type email in the search bar, click send email under actions. And under action name, I would call it confirmation. Then from name, you can put your name in here. From email, this could literally be anything. Best for your sending reputation is if the email comes from the SMTP URL that you've set up inside your account. You can add a subject line right here. You can also pull in custom values. Just click this little icon here, click contact, and then select their first name. Hey, you are in. First name, nice little personal touch. Then from here, you could potentially pull a template that you've previously created under the marketing tab. But for now, we're going to skip this step and we're just going to craft our confirmation message inside this little message box. Hello, and here on this little icon, we can again pull custom values. Then add your text, and here you can also again pull custom values and pull the exact start date of the appointment. So click custom values, type date in the search bar, and then select appointment start date and time. Hey Tina, your booking is confirmed. I will see you on January the 5th at 2 p.m. Then you could also add the meeting location. For example, it's going to be a Zoom link. You click the custom values, you type location in the search bar, select appointment meeting location, and that's really it. Now down here, you can always send yourself a test email, add your email address right here in this box and hit send test mail. Once you're fine with everything, just hit save action. And that's it. Now you've added an email to your action flow. In order to increase your show up rate, particularly for appointment workflows, I would recommend you add an SMS to it as well. So type SMS in the search bar, add your text, pull the custom values, and hit save action. Now, whenever you're happy and done with your workflow, make sure to hit publish top right corner and to hit save as well. Now, real quick, a really hot tip on the bottom left here, you can see workflow AI. You can ask the AI bot to optimize this workflow. You can ask the AI bot to add an action. You can ask it to assist with the building, configure action, describe the workflow, suggest next steps, and so on and so forth. Awesome, we are nearly there. There's only one more video to go, which is also very important to understand when it comes to workflows. In that video, I'll be walking you through how to navigate the settings, what it all means, enrollment history, and a little bit more. See you there.